The Philippines were at it again. Right after the other incident, they now have sent even more ships. So on July 24, 2026, a number of official ships in the Philippines illegally invaded the territorial waters of Huangyan Dao again. And the Chinese Coast Guard used water cannons to drive away according to law. Philippine ships did carry a media camera crew and deliberately create public opinion materials. And this is your favorite half Chinese. It is just literally a propaganda circus. I believe they also brought people from CNN on board. Why would you do all these kind of things? Dear Philippines, is your economy so good that everybody has food to eat that you can spend millions on this propaganda? Honestly, start thinking, what are you doing this for? It's kind of ridiculous. Let me just show the video. This is the video taken from the Chinese side. As you can see, there's numerous vessels like this one and this one. That might be the same, but you see the big one is the Chinese Coast Guard. And they're using water cannons to not allow them to enter that territory, which, by the way, is not from the Philippines. According to the map of, or the Treaty of Paris between the United States and Spain, those parts were not included. So it does not belong to the Philippines. Anyway, this is from the Filipino side. I will just put it here. I figured it's quite childish. Let me pull it up. So we're talking about the Scarborough Shoal in English, the English name. So that one is on the 117 degrees 46, and then this thing, I don't know how it's called in English, E. So the Spratly Islands also are not included in the Paris and the Treaty of Paris. The Reed Bank also not. Mischief Reef also not. Fiery Cross Reef also not. Subi Reef also not. Johnson South Reef also not. Quarteron Reef also not. Second Thomas Shoal also not. Half Moon Shoal also not. For the people that don't know what the Treaty of Paris actually is, that is actually the treaty after the United States won the war against the Spanish. And then the Spanish had to give all their territory to the United States. What actually happened was really, really, really disgusting and backstabbing of the United States, especially towards the Filipino people. And that is why, especially, I have no idea why would you love the United States who did this to you. So the history behind it actually is that the United States told the Filipinos, go and fight for your independence from the Spanish people, right? Because the Spanish actually created the Philippines before it was just shattered islands. So become independent and we will back you up. Then, when the Filipinos were fighting against the Spanish and almost won, and then the U.S. Army entered Manila and said, you know what? The Spanish are gone, your old colonizers are gone, and now you have a new colonizer. We're taking your land, and you guys are our subjects. They even went as far as putting them into cages and display them like they are monkeys. This is literally what they did. There's still pictures of it on the internet. I'm not going to show them because I think it is quite offensive to the people of the Philippines. But yeah, this is what the United States actually does. Then comes World War II. The Japanese come in. And at that time, mind you, the Philippines was still a colony, a physical colony, right? I have to say it like that. A physical colony of the United States. And the United States says, yeah, we're not going to fight the Japanese. Sayonara. We see you later. Have a good one with the Japanese. And the Filipinos still don't understand. Well, actually, I have to say, a part of the Filipinos still don't understand that they are being set up yet again. And they're holding on to all these kind of things. Oh, United States will help us. Yeah, that's exactly what they told Ukraine. Exactly what they told them. The only thing that the United States wants is that the Philippines is getting into a war with China. That is why they want to escalate it. That is why they're busy on those whole propaganda teams on those boats to create all a narrative of a China bad narrative, because then they want to have this war. Why do they want to have this war? So they can place a sanction packet on China, just like they did with Russia. All right? That's the only thing. Because the United States is not going to be militarily involved with another nuclear power. Certainly not with China, from whom they are getting almost all their goods. That would literally bankrupt the United States. Not to mention they cannot win. The Pentagon did military games in the case of fighting for Taiwan. They lost 17 out of 18, and they said that the other one, the only one, was a draw. Which, if you ask me, is probably also a loss, but they need to keep a little bit of pace. It's impossible to win for them. Why would they do that? Not to mention the entire trade would be just totally blocked, and the Philippines would instantly be, probably become a fourth world country. One step lower than a third world. Honestly, to be honest, because if you think that you can do trade in a case of a war with China in the South China Sea, then you're out of your mind, because no shipping company will send its its cargo ships into a war zone. We've seen it with the Strait of Hormuz, right? It's very clear. Even if the US guarantees, they still do not want to go. They need to have guarantee of Iran also. Otherwise, they will not go. It is that simple. Because these things cost a ton of money. And when you do business, you don't want to lose money. You don't want to risk money. You want to make your money as much risk-free as possible. The higher the risk, the lesser it is attractive for you to do that business. Right? And I honestly, I don't know what to tell you. If Ukraine isn't a good example, then I don't know. Maybe all the other Arab countries that are being, attacked now. Well, those countries are not being attacked, but the military bases is all over. Well, there were a hotel or something was hit, right? And did the United States actually protect them? No. So maybe it's time for the Filipinos to start to wake up, at least for that part that still thinks that the United States is going to help them. History is literally telling you they will not. So maybe if you're just not so head-hearted and less emotional and start using your brain instead of your emotions, maybe you should start and talk with China. Hey, can we figure out a deal for us that everybody is going to be happy? But yeah, under this leadership, I don't see that happen. I don't even know how this guy even get into politics, considering the history of his family in the Philippines. But yeah, that's for them. It's not for me to tell them who they can vote for or not. But I just think it is extremely stupid. I also have a buy me a coffee for the people that can and want to support my work. If you cannot, don't worry about it. Just like the video, share it. It means just as much to me as a cup of coffee. This was your favorite Half Chinese, and as always, have a great day.